So you have a series LLC and an individual series that you would like to spin off or sell or otherwise make into its own LLC. It's an interesting question I want to dive into this morning. My name is Nate Gilbert. I'm an attorney in San Antonio, Texas. I do a lot of LLC formations, series LLC formations, and PLLCs for individuals in Texas. I get this question not infrequently. It's kind of an interesting proposition because it feels like if we create this individual series, we should be able to sell or move it or otherwise spin it off into its own LLC. However, there's not really a mechanism for that just yet. We don't have a specific process. We can't file a certain paperwork that says, spin off of series or turning of series into LLC. There are other mechanisms and ways to do it. And if you'd like to discuss some of those, I offer free consultations as always. So reach out with the link in my description of the video and you'll be able to schedule a time directly to speak with me about your series LLC. Now, there are other mechanisms that we can use in order to kind of move that individual series into its own LLC, right? There's nothing stopping the parent organization from selling assets or from the series from selling assets. If we transfer a property from Series 1 of Nate's Properties LLC to Nate's new LLC that we just formed for the purpose of taking those assets and moving them over, nothing totally wrong with that. Now, it is the creation of a new LLC. And it is the selling of the assets to that LLC. So it's not a true, conversion, like we would say we're going to convert our LLC to a PLLC. That kind of conversion, the business stays the same. And I've done some other videos on conversions and things and how that looks and whatnot. It's a continuation of the business, right? We convert, there's nothing changing. We're just changing some of the mechanics. We're restructuring. The business stays the same. Most importantly, you keep your EIN, right? That's kind of an important consideration in the conversion. This is different. We are not actually doing that. We're just creating a new business and moving it into that. There's no actual spin-off or, I have a series LLC and my neighbor has a series LLC. And I say, I've got this great property in series 2. Do you want to buy series 2 from me? And he says, yeah, sure. I'd love to buy series 2. There's not really a mechanism for doing that just yet, right? We don't know how to do that because it is this separate little entity, but it's contained within another entity. So I can sell him the assets, I can sell him the goodwill, I can sell him everything associated with that individual series, but I can't sell him the series and have him add that series onto his series LLC. That might be coming. We might get some information on how to do that later on, but right now there's not a specific mechanism or form we can use in order to make that kind of a continuation versus an actual sale of assets. If you have any other questions about series LLCs or want to discuss forming a series LLC, please reach out. Use the link in the description to schedule a time directly with me and I'll answer all the questions I can.